Hello, it's Joe Glines. In this Excel video, we're going to demonstrate how to use AutoHotkey to, to wrap, set the formatting. Basically, if you come in here and say Control 1, it's a shortcut for that, to set the wrap text, or set it shrink to fit, or merge cells. So I have a couple functions here that, let's demonstrate the first one here. So again, always make sure you get a handle or pointer to the Excel application. So this goes out and gets, I have a video on this, but it goes out and gets a connection to this object, Excel object, returns it to this Excel, and then I'm going to say, okay, go get on that pointer, go get this, go to there, and we're going to set cells A1 to B4, and we're going to turn wrap. Actually, let's see, its wrap is currently off, I can tell by looking at it, so we're going to set it to 1. And this is the format here, so if wrap is equal to 1, it is going to, that's set in the default, but this is going to say pass this 1 here, and it's going to, if nothing is passed, it's going to turn it on, but it'll pass it here. So when I save this, reload, and launch, so it just turned on in that range, right? I declared the range A1 to B4. Let's turn it off in A1 to B1. So I'm going to set this to a 0, and since I'm passing a value, it's going to turn it off in those first two, A1 to B1. But if I didn't include this at all, it's set to have the default of crashing. Maybe. Wrap is equal to 1. Let me try this. Okay. So I had it. I hadn't tested that obviously, but the one was, it was passing a string, character of 1, not the numeric value of 1, and that was why that broke there real quickly. So let me go back and pass our wrap equals 0. So we turned it off. Here I can set it to 1, turn it back on, turn it back off, or because it's the default, get rid of it, reset, and turns it back like that. So that is the wrap function. The shrink to fit, what that'll do is it makes the text tiny, right, to fit where it doesn't need the wrapping. So the shrink to fit is off right now. And let me go ahead and let's see. What it does is shrink to fit. If wrap text is on, it won't work. So you have to first, if you're passing telling it to go ahead and shrink, then this is a ternary statement saying, if it's saying to shrink, first go set wrap text to off, right? Set it to 0. And this again, above the issue. The issue with what I was passing was think of it that way, right? And that's why it didn't like it. It was erroring out because it was sending a string value instead of the numeric value. So here I've set to turn wrap text off, and then go ahead and turn the value on. Well, whatever gets passed. So so that's commented out there. We're doing just cell A1 in this example, and shrink to fit is off. But let's go ahead and turn it on. Save, reload. Oh, look, that's that's just a little tiny. You can see up here it's still in there, right? But it is it makes the text small enough so it'll oh, I'm in the wrong cell. Go up one more. So you can see it just made it tiny enough so it'll fit within that area. So I'm going to go ahead and turn that back off. And it makes it back again. Of course, it didn't set wrap text, which I'd have turned the top one on. But let's go ahead and disable that one. Comment it out. And now this one, and let's go back to, let's make this A1 to B2. So this, let's zoom out because we're crazy close. It is going to merge the contents of these 4 cells. Now Excel, if I turn this back on, the warning, it'll say, hey, are you sure you want to do this? Because basically it's only, Excel will only keep the contents in one of the cells. It doesn't, ooh, man. Maybe, you know what, I should I could add a thing here. I was just thinking about I could go get the values of each of the things. I'd have to insert a delimiter, or not, but I could go ahead and instead of just only taking the cell, I could go get the values from all of these and concatenate it all together, right? If I didn't want that, and just have that as a function of like, oh, you know what, I want to concatenate and merge them all together. But for now, I have set it to say cells A1 to B2. I'm going to set the warning off, so I don't want to see that warning, and then just go ahead and merge. I'm setting it, turning it on, right? These are basically binary things, so they're flags. So when I run this, it now merged A1 and B2. So see how there's only the text of one of them, but cells A1 and A2 are now, it's one cell instead of here you can see these are two, right? This one is now one. Let me go ahead and turn that back off, and now they're broken out. The text is, if I widen it, you'll see there's two cells there. That's probably a better way to demonstrate this. So I'll turn that back on, merges them together, back off. Now if I add in the warning, and it may not show up on this screen, it'll show up on the other screen. Oh, but you know, I noticed that, and I didn't build any logic in for it. But let me, because I've already merged those cells together, apparently Excel is tracking the areas I've done this on. So let me rerun this, and now I get this warning here that pops up, right? And it's telling me that only the upper left cell value is going to be kept, the others are discarded. I can hit OK, I can hit cancel, but typically, programmatically, I don't care. I know what I'm doing, right? At least sometimes I do. And I want to go ahead and set those defaults to not worry about this warning screen. But again, that was the interesting thing, is if you've already done it on a certain combination of cells, Excel is tracking that apparently, and it won't throw up the warning even if you turn the warning back on, which I guess is good. But that's it. Quick, easy way to look at the wrap text, shrink it, and merge. Hope that helps. Thank you. Like and share.